All right, you're going to need your Savvas math workbook because we're going to be working on page 309, 309. So go ahead and open that up. The I do portion that I'm going to do with you today is number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, so today's skill we're going to be practicing something that we've already previously done. It's rounding to the nearest 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at 18. So 218. Well, I know that 18 is between 10 and 20. Well, is 18 closer to 10 or 20? And in this case, I'm only 2 away to being 20. So 218 would round to 220. So then I'm going to go ahead and look at 466. Same thing, 66 is between 6 tenths and 7 tenths. Well, is 66 closer to 60 or 70? I know that it's closer to 70, so 466 would round to 470. When I do the math, I'm going to do the math right up here. 220 plus 470. Now, because I'm going to go ahead and find the sum of these two numbers now. Starting in the ones, 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 tenths plus 7 tenths, it's 9 tenths. And 200 plus 400 is 600. So the sum would be 690. Now I'm going to go back to number 4. Doing the same thing, I am going to round to the nearest 10 to estimate. So I'm going to look at these two. So 8. 8 is between 0 tenths and 1 tenth. Well, I know that 8 is very close to being closer to 10. So my number would round to 110. So 108 rounds to 110. So 223. So I'm looking at 23. So 23 is between 2 tenths and 3 tenths. Well, 23 is a lot closer to 2 tenths. So my number 223 rounds to 220. And again, I'm going to go ahead and do the math up at the top for you here, lining up each place value like we practiced. Make sure you're right. So 0 plus 0, 0. 1 tenth plus 2 tenths is 3 tenths. 1 tenth plus 2 tenths is 3 tenths. 300. So 330 is the sum of these two numbers. Now I'm going to go on here and I'm going to round to the nearest 100. Doing the same thing. So I am looking at 514. 514 is between 500 and 600. Is 514 closer to 500 or 600s? And in this case, I already know that it's going to be a lot closer to 500. And 258 is between the 200. The next 100 is 300. 258. If I look here, The 58 lets me know that I've hit that midpoint. And so it would round up to the next 100. So I'm able to look at this and say 500 plus 300 is 800. That's how I find the sum. So I'm going to go ahead on to problem number 6. I'm going to look at 198. I know that 198 is between 100 and 200. Well, 198 is a lot closer to being 200. And then 426 is between 400 and the next 100 would be 500. Well, this 26 hasn't reached the midpoint yet, so it is closer to being 400. So when I add 200 plus 400, I would get the sum of being 600. Okay, so it is going to be your job to do problems 7 through 10 and 11 through 14. Please be careful that when you're doing this work, it says round to the nearest 10. 11 through 14 is telling you to round to the nearest 100. Please look at the place value that it's asking for, and then you are going to go ahead and find the sum. I will go ahead and do this one right here, number 10, with you to show you how you can do it right below. 376. Okay, so 376, round it to the nearest 10. So a circle 76. So 376 would round to 380. Plus, then I look at this. Oh, 95 is really close to being to the next 100. So if I'm at 200 right now, what would be the next 100? It would be 300. So I can do the math for 380 plus 300 would give me 680. So that is the sum of this. Okay. That one's rounding to the nearest 10. I want you to go ahead now and try 7 through 10 and 11 through 14. You can get your answers checked using the teacher answer key.